Hello. My name is Alex Ramirez, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the number one tip, the number one thing that you can do to increase your insurance sales. The number one thing that you can do, the number one thing that you can apply right now to your insurance sales, to your sales activity to make sure that you close more people faster. Okay. I help insurance agency owners generate dozens of leads and dozens of qualified appointments into their calendar every single month, day, and week like clockwork by building them a machine, a system that is called the insurance sales automation system, right? So obviously this is a vital part of an insurance agency owner's business, leads and appointments. And we help them generate more leads and more appointments. And today I got on a call with a client. He's now a client. I got on a call with him, and I was digging deep into what his problems were, right? So what I could do to help him and everything. And he told me about his current situation, right? So what he was currently struggling with. And he said that he was looking to make his pipeline move faster, right? He said that he was buying leads, but he wasn't happy with the results of buying leads. Their leads were costing him anywhere from $30 to $40. He was spending anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 per month, right? And he was buying about 100 leads, calling them all. He said that about 20 leads would actually answer and would actually schedule a call with them, and about 2 to 3 would become a client every single month, right? And he was selling annuities, so he focused on selling annuities, and he focused on then upselling the client with IULs and other insurance products. So I mean, he was doing all right, right? He was making a little bit more money, return on investment on what he spent on the leads. But the problem was that it was terrible, right? It fried his brain. It was really hard work. He was getting rejected over and over and over and over again. Imagine that, right? Imagine that you're buying 100 leads and 80 of them tell you no, or 80 of them, hang the phone on you. Imagine how cruel is that. Imagine how painful that might have been, right? So he was telling me his story, and he was telling me that he wanted something that would speed up the process from having a lead and getting him into an appointment, right? He wanted to speed up the pipeline process. He didn't want to be talking to people anymore. He didn't want to be following up with people because it took weeks, right, for him to follow up and get a no or finally get an appointment. And it was really painful and it took a lot of time. So I told him that, yeah, that's actually what we do, right? That's the perfect way to describe, like if you have a problem, that's the perfect problem that our service would solve, right? We generate leads for you, and we generate dozens of appointments every single day, week, and month to your calendar, I said. And he was like, oh, I need this, man. So, he loved it. After the explanation and everything, after I told him how everything works, he loved it. And I decided to do a video about the number. I mean, I know that a lot of agents and agency owners are struggling right now with their sales, right? They're going through the same thing. They're on the phone trying to sell. They're getting rejected every single day. They're getting no's. They're getting the phone hanged up on them and stuff like that. So I decided to do this video, right? And the number one tip for you to increase your sales is to decrease your recovery time. That's it. As simple as that. The number one tip for you to increase your sales is for you to decrease your recovery time. You see, you gotta fall in love with failing. I mean, failing in sales, in entrepreneurship, in business, that's part of the process, man. And you're going to fail over and over and over again. So you gotta fall in love with failing, and you gotta decrease your recovery time. With me, when I first came into the insurance industry, I went through the same stuff. I was calling people. I've always been driven and motivated. And when I set a goal, I like to hit my goals. And I would do anything in my power to hit my goals, but it was painful, right? It was painful. People would say no to me. People would hang up on me. People would reject me, right? They wouldn't show up to appointments. And when I had enough, I went to my mom, right? I went to my mom, and then I started doing all different things other than sales, other than the money making activities, like administrative work. I started cleaning the house, right? I would clean the house, and I was like, oh, let me just get this over with. Let me just get this over with, and then I'll go back and make calls, right? And then I'll go back and do prospecting, and then I'll go back and meet with clients. And I put all these excuses, but in the reality, I was just avoiding the most important work. In reality, I was just avoiding the money-making activities, which was the prospecting, the calling, the getting on the phone with clients, right? I was avoiding it because of the pain that it cost me. And then after a couple of weeks, I got over it, and then I went back, right? So my recovery time was a couple of weeks, 1-2 weeks, and it was really bad because I went 1-2 weeks without making a sale. And then, as I started getting stronger, I started getting more I got less sensitive to failure, and then my recovery time went shorter, got shorter to a week, and then 2 days, and then 1 day, and then right now, I get rejected 50 minutes. I'm like, oh, but now I'm in the habit, a switch turns in my brain, and I'm in the habit of actually thinking about how I can learn, right? I use failure to my advantage. I use failure to my advantage so that I can get better and better and better and wiser and wiser and wiser, right? So I've reduced my recovery time, and now I use failure to propel me forward, to propel me towards my goals even faster and with more power, right? So I actually meditate, and I actually reflect on what happened, what went wrong, what went good, right? And I make sure that I don't do the same mistake again moving forward, right? So what happens with the majority of people is that they encounter a challenge, and this happens, right? They crash, and then they go back, and then they crash again, and then they go back, and then they crash again. That the thing that happens is that they don't learn. So what you're supposed to do is learn from the challenges, right? To learn from your mistakes, learn from your failures, and use them. And instead of you crash once, you learn, and the second time, instead of crashing, you use it to jump and propel you forward even faster towards your goals. So the number one tip for you to increase your sales is for you to reduce the recovery time and get back to work as soon as you fail, as soon as you get rejected, as soon as you fall down from the horse, you get up on the horse again and you go again, right? Because the time that you're going to be wasting recovering, right? That's time that you could be investing selling. And one really quick strategy, one really quick tip of advice for you to reduce the amount of time that you spend recovering is to think. I read this study. Oh, I heard it, I think, or I read it. I don't know, but I have it in the back of my mind always since then. Only about 10 people, right? Only about 10 people will cry in your funeral. Okay, only about 10 people will actually. Your death will only matter so much to about 10 people that they will actually cry for you. Okay, so like, I mean, people don't even care, right? It's about you. So like, if you're afraid of making a call, if you got rejected and that makes you feel bad, yeah, you're human, so it's okay to feel bad, but that person is not even going to cry for you on your funeral. So get over it fast, okay? So, and then the determining factor of people going to, to when your burial sites, when you're going to get buried in the ground, that sacred moment when people are going to see you for the last time and you're going to get buried, and you're going to get buried. 50% of people, the number one determining factor of people going and watching you there is the weather. So if it's raining, 70% of the people are not gonna go. Okay, so like if you're feeling bad because someone rejected you, because someone said no to you, well, yeah, feel bad. That's good, but then don't let it matter to you, because they don't even care about you in the first place, right? They're not gonna cry at your funeral. They're not even going to care when you die. So why spend more than 15 minutes crying over, right, or feeling bad? The second thing that, second tip of advice, thought, idea to get over, to shorten your recovery time is to, well, just fall in love with failure. Get used to it. Use it as an advantage. Use it to learn, and learn to get back on the horse quickly, right? And I like this quote. I don't know from who it is, but I have it written, so I have it here. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands at moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge. All right. So the ultimate measure of your success will not be when you're having fun and comfortable, but when everything is challenging and hard, right? So the situations are hard for other people too. Other people are having trouble too. Other people also want to stop. Other people also want to give up, and they probably will. And you keeping on going will be the determining factor that will separate you from the herd, right? That will be the difference between being average and being great, right? So you keep on going, hitting a wall and keeping on going, because other people probably hit a wall too, but they didn't keep on going. And if you keep on going, that's it. You automatically separate yourself from like 80% of the crowd. And success is not a moment of greatness, but success is not a moment of greatness, but is the payoff of going through the harsh and the hard and the challenges. Okay, so the number one tip that I can give you to increase your insurance sales or to increase your performance at anything is to decrease your recovery time, because you're going to fail, you're going to fall down, and you gotta learn to stand up again. You're going to fall from the horse, and you gotta learn to get up again and keep on going as fast as you can, so that you don't waste time crying and wasting time not producing and get to produce. So that's it for today, okay? And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.